let's talk about the Russian language. Just like English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and several other languages, Russian has been the lingua franca, a common language for all nations under the domination of the Kievan Rus, Tsardom of Russia, Russian Empire, Soviet Union, and the Russian Federation. In the multi-ethnic parts of the big country, it has been and still is the mandatory language for the legal system, education, and bureaucracy. In the Eastern Bloc, it was the first most commonly studied foreign language and oftentimes the language of international dialogue. This resulted in the great domination of the Russian language in the former Soviet space and Eastern Europe, that is nowadays slowly but steadily overcome by English, especially for the younger generations. No wonder that in many of the countries with a specifically tragic past or even present history with Russia, the language is associated with oppression, occupation, and terror. Latvia and Estonia, two Baltic states with a significant Russian population, are very hesitant to give any official recognition to the Russian language. Many Ukrainians, even bilinguals, nowadays refuse to use Russian as much as possible. Georgians force Russian migrants and tourists to switch to English. All these reactions might be over the top, but emotionally they are understandable. However, I want to make a case for the Russian language, not because it is my mother tongue or because I am pro-Russian imperialist of some sorts. I believe that the history of its domination has worked two ways. First, as I've already said, it is now associated with colonialism and oppression. Yet, second, the language now does not belong to Russia anymore, and Russia has lost exclusive rights to it. Let's see the statistics. Apart from Russia, Russian is an official language of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Belarus, where it is native to at least 70% of the population. In Ukraine, about 17% of the population are ethnic Russians, yet the Russian language is native to almost 30% of the population, and even more speak both Ukrainian and Russian bilingually. Russian is also very widely spread in most of the former Soviet republics, Israel, United States, Finland, Canada, Germany, and all over the world due to big waves of immigration throughout the tragic history of Russia. Many native speakers of Russian are therefore ethnic Ukrainians, Belarusians, Jews, Kazakhs, Tatars, and of course all sorts of mixed backgrounds with all kinds of citizenships. Ukrainian war refugees are now welcomed in many parts of the world. Most of them are fleeing the Russian-speaking east of the country, where most of the military action takes place. Yet, they are getting most help in the Ukrainian language, which is still a foreign language to a significant part of them. The younger generations may speak it fluently, but the older ones, educated in the Soviet Union, sometimes use Google Translate to be able to understand it. To sum up, the Russian language does not belong to Russia anymore. It is spoken on both sides of the war. It is spoken far and well beyond Russia or even former Soviet Union. Although it was spread through oppression and colonization, now it is a shared legacy of many people around the world who have little to nothing to do with the war. Please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I see you all next time.